my first impressions of the Tune Outdoor M1L after sleeping in it 2 nights. They got down to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. As some of you may know, I did the Georgia Traverse back in April. And on that trip, my buddies had a couple 4-wheel camper, pop-up campers on their trucks. And they were nice, but they seemed a little bit more than I needed. Does that make sense? They seemed a little more old school. And I'm not trying to downplay or talk down the 4-wheel campers. They're incredible setups. However, it just didn't seem right for what I wanted. So after that trip, I was a little puzzled. I wasn't sure what I was looking for and what I would want. So I went to the Florida Outdoor Expo probably 2 weeks after my trip. And I checked out the 4-wheel campers booth. You know, AVO was there with a couple setups and they were awesome. But then as I was walking around the outside of the show, I came across a Ford Ranger with a Tune Outdoor camper and a very small Tune Outdoor booth. Essentially, it was just a single truck with the Tune M1, and they had like a little table with some like koozies, I think, if I recall, little Tune stickers and a little pamphlet. And I briefly spoke to the guy, I checked out his setup, and I was like, wow, that's what I've been looking for. Very rugged, very simple, but, and I don't mean to say simple, very modern. It was very rugged, very modern, just what I was looking for my truck. So I decided to check them out, and here we are maybe 6 months later, and I got the very first M1L that exists installed on my truck. So I did get the installation kit and I installed it, and I was doing pretty good on the first night until about 3 a.m. I was awakened by the cold. You know, I guess the installation kit can only do so much when it's 30 degrees outside or 32 degrees outside. So I ended up having to, you know, layer up, get in the sleeping bag at that point, and then I slept the rest of the night pretty good. The second night I prepared a little better. I actually put on thermal socks, thermal pants, hoodie, and I slept like a baby, perfectly fine all through the night, no issues. Except for when I woke up, the chill made my hands freezing. Like right now I could barely feel my hands. Even though the sun is coming up, it's starting to warm things up, everything on the truck is iced over. With all that, it was still very nice and comfortable to sleep through the night. It felt great. So this is a quick little walkthrough of the setup. The M1L from Tune Outdoors. I'm actually the first person to have one of the official M1Ls installed, other than the 2 prototypes that they ran on their personal truck. I am the first customer build in the line of many. So I'm stoked for this rig. I've been talking to them for months about it. The day finally came, got it installed in Denver, drove up here to Wyoming. My buddies happened to have this nice house rented on Airbnb, but I was so stoked to sleep in the camper that I've been sleeping in it just to get my feet wet and get comfortable with it. What do they call it? A shakedown trip. So I got to do the shakedown trip here at this Airbnb. Got incredible views here in Wyoming on the North Platte River. Bunch of trout rising. We've done some fishing. If you want to check out those videos, I'll have those as well on my channel. But yeah, this camper has been amazing. So my first impressions are, this thing is built solid. Incredible work, attention to detail from the crew at Tune Outdoors. It is very, very well thought out. From T-tracks, it's got the T-tracks all over to be able to install stuff. Got right here, right here, right here. There was one thing that I didn't know was an option that I didn't get, which is a blackout package. I wish I did, had I known, but that's on me. That is on me, not on Tune Outdoor. I didn't request for the blackout package. So like that FRP, I believe is what they call it, is white. This is white. I'm probably gonna wrap this in my artwork, maybe this as well. So inside the truck, it'll have my artwork, but out here, it is also white. And if you know me, I like blacking everything out on my truck. So I wish I knew that that was an option. I was just so stoked to get it that I didn't even, I overlooked it. I had no idea. All the other ones I had seen already were black. I didn't know it was a separate package upgrade. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that black myself. It's not a big deal, however. just when you order yours, if you want it black, make sure you let them know. I went with the, I think they call it charcoal gray material because it matches my truck. I was on the fence between blue or gray, and I ended up going with gray. I will give you a complete walkthrough once I've gotten comfortable and set it up the way that I'm gonna set it up. Right now it's kind of hectic. We got a bunch of turtle boxes thrown in the back. We got a bunch of fly fishing gear for 3 adult men. So technically on most of my adventures, it won't be that, it'll be me. It'll just be me and the kids, or me, the wife and the kids. So I'm gonna have different configurations for whoever I'm camping with. But right now, we've just been piling everything in there. But it's got lights up top. I did just set my battery to charge because it was running low after 3 days of use. So it's inside the house charging right now. This Airbnb is pretty awesome, especially a place for the first shakedown trip, because if I need any of the comforts of a house, it is right here behind me. But there is this concrete slab right on the river, right down there. Epic for camping. So I'm walking down this path now leading up to the truck. So it's been a blast. So I'm definitely gonna black this out. I want to go black here, and here, as I mentioned, I want to do artwork, probably my tarpon art, the purple and blue tarpon art, maybe up here as well. This slides in, and I was told there's a custom Hess mattress made specifically for Tune Outdoors and this setup, and they said, I was told that it can fold up into a couch. I haven't tried it yet, but as soon as I get home, I'm really gonna dig into it, figure out the best way to set this up and get it all situated. If you're not familiar with Turtle Box, we pretty much have the Turtle Box Ranger right here and right here. This is my custom one. I actually hand painted this one myself. So the blue end caps are bumpers that they do sell in multiple colors. I painted the ends purple, and I painted the tarpon on there, and I also painted the Turtle Box logo blue. Got the Turtle Box Grande right here, and the 3rd generation Turtle Box, original Turtle Box right there. So the cool thing about these turtle boxes is that they do have what they call party mode. You could connect 1, 2, 4 indefinite amount of speakers. As long as you have the current generation turtle box speakers, you can set them up anywhere you are and play the same music simultaneously, which is awesome because we've been running 2 Rangers the whole time, and while we're fishing, we'll have a Ranger on our hip. If not, we'll have 2 set up at camp. Honestly, we haven't even needed the Grande this trip because the Grande is so loud. That would be great if we were having a big, big party, big festivities. So make sure you check out Turtle Boxes. These speakers are amazing. I got my very first Turtle Box back in 2020. It was like the 1st generation of the original Turtle Box. It wasn't the very, very first one, but it was the 1st generation of the roto-molded style Turtle Box. Back in 2020, I got that one. I have since gotten a 2nd generation and a 3rd generation and the Ranger. Turtle Box has you covered on anything audio, no matter how small or how large you want to go.